Rest days, let's talk about them. We're going to do a full video on rest days, what they're all about, the importance of them, what you should be doing on them. I have a rest day today and it seems fairly fitting to do a video on rest days. Meal one is looking beautiful. Let's talk about nutrition. Here we have my first meal of the day. My food doesn't really change a whole lot on a rest day. With food on a rest day, for me, and for a lot of people, the majority of people that will be watching this, food will be that little bit lower. We don't have training, of course, which we're going to get into, but the demand for carbohydrates especially is that little bit lower. And for me right now, being on bodybuilding prep, the easiest way for us to bring calories down and make a bigger deficit during the week is to go a little bit harder on rest days. And rest days, there isn't that many of them during the week. It's a chance for me to have my calories that little bit lower, so my deficit for the whole week is a little bit bigger, and I can have more carbohydrates on my training days to fuel my performance, to recover from my training sessions. So for me, I have 100 gram of carbs less on a rest day than I do on a training day, because the need for it's not really there. If you're someone who's in a gaining phase and you're pushing a lot of food through at the moment, your digestion is struggling, your appetite is struggling, rest days, again, are a little bit of a chance for you to have that little bit of a reset, bring food down that little bit more. It is only, 2, sometimes 3 days a week. For some people, it might be 1 day a week that you're having a rest day. It allows the body to have a little bit of a break, and not push as much food in. But I know a lot of people with the time of year, obviously coming into summer, are going to be cutting. Some of those days can be a little bit harder with food being that little bit lower. And my rest day, full days of eating, if you go back on the page, would show you how I set up my full day of food on a rest day. So I get from the start of the day to the very end of the day having been successful and having adhered to the diet perfectly. We're going to do some steps, lad. Come on. It actually is looking like it's going to be the nicest day of the year, to be honest. And what better day than a rest day, not stuck inside the gym. No, that's mine. Got my hydration here with me, my beautiful little beverage. I didn't have it this morning. I haven't been having it every single morning after cardio, but I usually would have this after cardio every single morning to rehydrate. Rest days are something you should look forward to. Rest days are something that should be enjoyable and be used wisely, obviously with the word rest, but also used to do the stuff that you mightn't have time to necessarily do on the days that you have to do your training sessions. It's super, super windy, which is kind of blocking the heat out, hence why I've got a jacket on, but rest days are a much bigger work day for me. If I'm working from home especially, obviously I don't have that training window, I'm not in the gym. So I actually use, now being on prep, having a lot of steps to do every single day, I use that time, a little bit of it at least, not the full amount, to go and get an extra dog walk in the middle of the day. So I'll get the first couple of hours of work out the way and now I'm out for a couple of steps with the dog. But use your rest days, that time that you're not actually training, as a chance for you to get stuff done that you don't have time during the week to do, whether that is just spending more time with people, spending more time doing stuff that you enjoy yourself, just chilling, resting, just having an extra couple of hours to just like chill out and not do the gym. I definitely do think, I know I often see people saying, oh, rest days this and rest days that, I fucking hate them, I do this. If you don't, I know some people have that just hardcore, just love for training, it's their absolute everything. But for the majority of us, reevaluate your training and what you're doing on your days of training if you don't look forward to a rest day. The love I have for training is massive at the moment and has been massive, the biggest it's ever been over the last year, but I still really look forward to my rest days. Today I'm battered. And I know that's because my recovery is a little bit less now being on prep. But it's not that bad, I just couldn't imagine myself, I could go and do it if need be, but I couldn't imagine myself going in and giving my absolute everything to a training session today, so I'm enjoying my rest day. I'm going to be back in training for the next 3 days straight. I'll have my next rest day then on Sunday. My rest days are on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I have my set training days, I have my set rest days. And it's just a chance for you to just have more time doing stuff. Maybe after work when you get home, you'd usually go to the gym, but now you actually have a chance this evening to prep meals. You have a chance to watch my video, you have a chance to do stuff other than the daily things that we need to do on a daily basis, that kind of way. For a lot of my clients, it is coming home,
from work, getting a chance to prep their meals on that rest day, getting a chance to spend a little bit more time with whoever it is that they have, whether it be kids, whether it be a missus, a boyfriend, or it could be a case of going and doing something. Coming into the summer months, you know, it's brighter for a lot longer. You know, there's going to be stuff on the whole time, you know, or it might just be a case of like, as the weather gets nicer, like, fuck it, I'm going to go to the beach after work. You know, I'm going to do this after work, because why not? You know, like, enjoy the day-to-day of it. Enjoy the day-to-day of it all, because we can get hung up on, like, especially when we're on prep and stuff, of like I have to do this, I have to do that. But for me right now, you know, ever since this prep has begun and we're about halfway through, I've just been enjoying the day-to-day, you know, and I know, you know, I still have 12 plus weeks to go, but it will get harder. But I've just been enjoying the days as they come, you know, and just dealing with what's right in front of me and not worrying about what's going to be the situation in 6 weeks' time, you know, when I'm probably a lot hungrier, I'm going to be a lot leaner, because that's all part and parcel with it. You know, if you're in a position now where you have a lot higher body fat than you might want, you know, we got ourselves in that position, and we have to do the job now. If we want to get ourselves into a position where we're more happy with, we're more confident with, whether it's a holiday we're going on, we have to do the work to get ourselves back in that position that we're going to be happy with, you know, that kind of way. And it is what it is, you know. You just have to go through the day-to-day of what needs to be done. Like for me, you know, every single day I'm doing cardio, every single day I'm doing 16,000 steps, every single day I'm tracking every bit of food to the gram and absolutely nailing it. And obviously it's something that I've been doing for years, you know, a couple of times in and out, but I've really, you know, just ingrained myself in it, you know, and it's obviously a love kind of a thing, you know. Not everyone is going to have this amount of like want to do it, you know, and that's absolutely fine, each to their own. But you just have to do it, you know, that kind of way. And that's why rest days are enjoyable, because you have that little bit more time to just do what needs to be done. Like for me, I'm still doing my daily cardio in the morning first thing. I still have to do the same amount of steps every single day. My food is lower, I'm going to be hungrier, but it is what it is. Just enjoy it, man. You know what I mean? I'm just enjoying a couple of minutes in the sun. I should be doing steps, but I wanted to chat to you that small little bit about it as well. Other things that we can look at on rest days, you know, obviously, as I said, you have that little bit more time there getting things done. You know, when it comes to actual recovery, your main thing there is like, right, am I struggling with sleep at the moment? Am I struggling to get enough sleep that I really need? You know, do I have the time there to get the sleep? And, you know, for the most part, obviously, everyone can get as much sleep as they might need to get. But could you get an extra hour sleep? Could you get into bed an hour earlier? You know, it's a rest day. Could I get up an hour later so I have more energy going through the day? So I'm, you know, feeling better about myself, instead of having the same shitty sleep that you might do a lot of nights in the week, because that's just the way it is and you can't do anything about it, you know. A little bit of extra sleep and keeping on top of other things, get the feet up that little bit more, you know, and just chill out for yourself and just let yourself just rest and recover, you know, the word rest day, you know, that kind of way. And you want to look deeper into it, you know, you can be starting to look at like other recovery options, you know. I'm fortunate enough to be able to use recovery boots the whole time now, which is really helping just that really heavy feeling on my legs every single day. You know, I really do actually recommend them. They are expensive, like I didn't pay for them personally. Danny's father owns them, so obviously I have use of them there. But you can go to recovery rooms, you know, and you can do these compression boots, you can do ice baths and saunas and everything like that. I do love a sauna when I get the time to do it as well. One of the gyms that I train out of in Kuna has a sauna. They also have recovery rooms that I've yet to try, you know, just small little things like that to be, you know, making things that little bit easier for yourself. Another thing I utilise a good bit, we've been doing it consistently, and it's how I've noticed it actually works, is actual tissue work. Myself and Jonah consistently started working together probably two months ago now, to be fair. And you only really do start to see the benefits from doing stuff like that when you're doing it consistently. You know, whether that's, for a while it was every single week, and, you know, I scale it back and do it every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks or whatever the case might be. And throughout my entire prep, you know, to make sure I'm in the gym training the way I want to be training, I'm not feeling horrible on certain sessions. You know, there's certain groups and muscles that are just like, like for a long time my shoulder health was horrible, and I hated doing like dumbbell lat raises and stuff. Started doing consistent work with Jonah. Didn't work overnight, of course, and I'm like, okay, give it a chance. Fast forward a few sessions later, you know, I'm telling Jonah, like, this feels amazing, because you gave it time, you know, and you're doing it consistently. Like, all these things are going to take consistent work, and I know it's something you can see, and what I'm trying to get across with this prep that I'm doing, you know, in these daily videos, is everything that we're doing here is just a case of doing it day by day and taking it one day at a time, because nothing's going to happen overnight. You know, you have to just stick it out, keep going, and you will get to a point, you know, whether that be looking in the mirror and seeing yourself actually changing, whether that be in the gym, you know, and moving new weight that you've never moved before. All of these different things, you know, like, progress will come, but progress takes time. And, you know, time is just continuing to go by. A big thing for me is, like, why not do it? You know, like, if you're trying to lose body weight for the summer, you're trying to lose fat, you're trying to get in shape, like, the time is going by anyway. Like, why not just commit over the next number of weeks to just doing it? You know, set yourself a goal, have your why, have your reasonings of that why, and have your action plan and the how you're going to actually do it. And just sign that contract with yourself that you are going to do that on a daily basis. Because the feeling you'll get going on your holiday this summer, just walking around, the confidence you're going to get, all other areas of your life are going to be so much more improved. And the last year for me has been physically, obviously, amazing. You know, the transformation. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see the 52 weeks myself and Keen have been working together, the most progress I've ever made. But mentally, you know, I'm much more in control. You know, I've got a much better hand on things, and I don't ever see myself getting back into the slumps, plural, you know, that I've gotten myself in over the last multiple amount of years that I've gotten myself into, you know. And that all just comes with time. It comes with working on yourself, and you have to do it for yourself. You know, do it for yourself so you can do it for others if there's others around you. You know, do it for yourself if you have kids and you want to be there for your kids and show up for your kids. You know, it's a lot of the people I work with, a lot of the clients I work with, is doing it for their kids, you know, so they can continue to grow while their kids grow up, and, you know, be fucking healthy and be happy with them, you know. I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this dog walk, because I actually do have steps to do. I'm going to enjoy my hydration, and then man's got to go back to work. I'd love to just be chilling somewhere out in the sun, but unfortunately I've got to go back in the office and crack on with work, because the show must go on, lad. Drop the video a like. Let me know if there's other kind of topics you want to talk about, you want me to talk about, you want to go through. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're on it. We're nearly a month into doing daily videos now, and I've absolutely loved every single part of it. You know, it gives me more purpose in everything that I do. It's something that I've absolutely loved to do for the longest of time. You know, not so many years ago, when I got my first camera, I was up around these fields just making videos of nothing. Now I actually have something to, like, be really making videos about and trying to help people with, and I hope somebody and people can get something from these videos that I'm putting out every single day. I'll see you tomorrow.